Ah! Do you hear that noise?
No, I don't hear anything.
Well, so in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that you have to know about living in Costa Mesa, California.
And if you can't handle these things.
If you can't handle these things, then you really shouldn't live here.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sean Dezahd.
And I'm Courtney Dezahd.
And we're with Keller Williams Realty right here in Orange County, California. And if this is your first time in the channel and you want to know everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, and playing in Orange County, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click on the little bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Now, we get so many calls from people either looking to buy or sell a home in Orange County, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about moving to, moving from, or moving within Orange County, either give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back. Okay, so we were talking about airplane noise, and if you've seen some of our videos on Costa Mesa, especially when we're on site in Costa Mesa.
Technically not on site. We were actually in Newport Beach.
That's true. You've probably seen or probably heard some of the planes ahead of us or above us because basically Back Bay, which is technically in Newport Beach, is right underneath the flight path of John Wayne Airport.
Yeah, and John Wayne Airport isn't in an international airport, but it is a pretty busy airport in its own right. And you do have it where the airplanes do take off, and that Back Bay, it's along the flight path, and part of that, and you get that little bleed over where East Side Costa Mesa will feel a bit of that airplane noise.
Yeah, because East Side Costa Mesa is right by Back Bay, and you said John Wayne isn't an international airport. Technically, it is, but
well, they don't call it that.
You can go to
Canada, Mexico,
but it's not a major airport like LAX or something like that.
But it's a better one. It's a pro tip: if you want to fly into an airport in Southern California, John Wayne Airport is. It's so nice. It's such a great experience. It is. But getting back to the cons, and this isn't really my con because my mother actually lived in East Side Costa Mesa for years, and I didn't notice the airplane noise. I guess if you have your ears finely tuned in, yes, you can hear it, but you'll be shocked by how quickly that all gets, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I actually love East Side Costa Mesa.
That's our favorite area in all of Orange County.
It's my favorite neighborhood in all of Orange County, but we are mentioning this as a con because for some people, if they're very sensitive to noise or they really, really just hate airplane noise or they really just don't want to live near an airport, then I would not recommend living in Costa Mesa, at least on the eastern side.
Yes, when you get away from East Side Costa Mesa, you certainly don't really hear. I don't know. Unless you're really maybe even let's say you put the headphones on and you have pointing at one of those microphones at it, but really it's very minimal noise. And again, even East Side Costa Mesa, I was never bothered by it, but I remember selling properties there, and someone was like, "Do you hear that noise?" And I'm like, I guess.
This was also a tenant that was trying
they were more than happy to stay there, so they were trying to
trying to dissuade people from buying it.
It didn't work.
Okay, so now let's talk about
number 2.
Traffic.
Ooh. Now, yes. Okay, so traffic. So we'll say this: the 55 freeway is pretty tough. It's pretty horrific.
So the 55 dumps into Costa Mesa.
Yeah, it becomes Newport Boulevard, and it basically ends at 19th Street and turns into Newport Boulevard. So you have a freeway that ends, right? And that intersection of 19th Street / Newport Boulevard, that intersection of 19th Street and Newport Boulevard / 55 freeway is one of the busiest, high-trafficked intersections in all of Orange County. Mm-hmm. And one of the next busiest ones is Newport Boulevard and 17th Street, which also is in Costa Mesa. So you have 2 very high trafficked intersections there. And so yes, you have that. I will say that Costa Mesa in general has amazing freeways all around it, but again, they do get backed up. I mean, you have the 405 freeway, you have the 73 freeway, again,
which
the 55.
is a toll road. 73 is a toll road.
The part that runs
the part
in Costa
that's right
Mesa
there, actually,
isn't.
yeah, that's true. You can drive on that part near Costa Mesa without paying a toll.
As you go closer to Corona Mar area, that's where it starts to become a toll.
Yeah.
we don't like tolls in Southern California.
No, for sure not. But yeah, and then obviously, in the summer, because Costa Mesa is right next to Newport Beach, so you have to drive through Costa Mesa to get to Newport Beach, and then right there on the 55 can back up so much. I mean, just...
And the fair traffic, too.
Oh, the fair traffic, yeah, because they have the fair.
Yeah, so Orange County Fair, again, that 55 freeway is brutal in some parts. Again, as you become more used to it, you can work your way around it. There's a lot of surface streets you can take. Irvine Avenue is a great option, and if you're in Eastside Costa Mesa. Again, if you're in West Costa Mesa or Mesa Verde, it's not as much of an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah. So again, that 55 freeway, when the freeway ends, you can imagine it literally hits a stoplight and it's done.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine that causes some traffic backup.
Yeah, for sure. And they're also prime area for accidents. And
I never saw any there.
I've never gotten in an accident there. Yeah, just because there's just so many people. And,
yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Number 3, schools in Costa Mesa is part of the Newport Mesa School District.
Unified School District.
Unified School District. So according to the rankings on niche.com, they can be hit and miss with the rankings.
Yes. So you just have to watch out like that. If that's important for you, and this is not us saying in niche.com. It's not cookie cutter. For a lot of people think of South Orange County generally has like uniformly good schools according to niche.com. Newport Mesa Unified School District can be hit and miss, and that's where you want to really know. Okay, if it's important to you, you got to reach out to us so we can, help you achieve that goal. I guess if you're looking for really good schools right in where your property is going to be.
Yeah, and then one caveat to that is that it is fairly easy to transfer within the Newport Mesa Unified School District. So, we have friends that are there and they've, transferred their kids to other schools because they didn't particularly like the one they were zoned for.
Yeah.
But of course, transfer isn't a guarantee, and if it's really important to you, reach out to us and we can help you figure out, where the house is and how it's zoned. So.
Yeah, because obviously people think of Orange County good schools. In general, that's true. But at the same time, Newport Mesa, that's not the only school district that has that, but it's one of many that has, you have some better schools than others, and that's where, that's why you reach out to us. Yeah,
for sure. Number 4, and this one's an obvious one, Costa Mesa is expensive.
Yes, if you want to be in the quote-unquote nicer spots, the more ritzy spots of Costa Mesa.
Even the spots that
aren't so ritzy.
Aren't very ritzy.
Yeah, it's all on the pricier side for sure. I mean, Costa Mesa, again, and I think what people like about it is that, and what they gravitate, the reason why it's expensive, right? I guess we should say that it's so centrally located. We actually did a video earlier. We're just saying that it could be the perfect city.
Yeah, Costa Mesa is a really nice city.
It's got great weather. It's it got amazing shopping.
Could be the best weather in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're again, if you're just a connoisseur of fine weather.
If you're splitting hairs.
Yes, I mean, so basically it's just got such good weather. It's even got better weather than I would say Newport, because the marine layer burns. It's just inland enough where the marine layer burns off. It's just so nice. And you still get the sea breeze, and it's just so beautiful. And then it's just got all these other attributes, right? I mean, it's got its employment hub, or it's right near several employment hubs. The airport's centrally located. Amazing shopping, amazing dining. It's just got so many things.
And I would say square mile for square mile, Costa Mesa has the best restaurants in all of Orange County.
And probably the best shopping, too.
Yes.
I mean, it's South Coast Plaza is in Costa Mesa. So, and that's like one of these major malls in the United States. And so because of all that, it's not necessarily cheap
it isn't cheap. Costa Mesa is expensive.
But it's no beach city expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so it could be more expensive, but certainly there are less expensive areas in Orange County for sure.
I think Costa Mesa, kind of how I look at it, sometimes you'll see a house and it'll be just a little tiny house built in
the 50s.
And then you think, well, that can't be worth that much. And then it's 1.5 million, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
But that's just Costa Mesa.
Yeah, Costa Mesa is not cheap. But again, if you find that right property, it is an amazing place.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so number 5 on this list. Costa Mesa, so the city government is very, very anti-growth,
Yes.
so anti-development. And if you want to do something to your house, it might be difficult. So
And it
explain.
used to be actually pretty pro-growth. What you saw in a lot of these areas in Costa Mesa was you get, there was like this house that was on this huge lot, let's say it's 10 or 20,000 square foot lot. And, builders would come in, tear down that shack, put in like 10 houses. And they would have like 3 or 4 feet, separating each house, right? It was kind of in an association that way, but they were detached homes technically. And you still see that, obviously, they're there. But I think through all that, and the infrastructure really didn't grow with it, like, and when you had this higher density of population, what you had you got this pushback, right? Because all of a sudden people were going, wait, there's, these streets aren't wide enough or whatever,
There
right?
wasn't enough parking.
Schools, parking, all that
Yes.
stuff, right? So it just wasn't ready for that level of development where you're, again, doubling, tripling the density in an area. Like Eastside Costa Mesa was famous for this. And so what you have now is this pushback. And of course, the pendulum always swings, not to the nice happy medium, but all the way to one end where it's so anti-growth. And we had this issue come up. We had a listing where it was a commercial property. It was really kind of a residential property. It's kind of a weird zoning where it was.
Yeah.
And we're going, okay, well, let's kind of investigate this further. How can we make this zoning more proper, like where you can get a normal loan, a residential loan, rather than having to get a commercial loan or whatever that might be. And what we found was it was like that because of the anti-growth measures were so strict that they actually, to change your zoning, would actually require a citywide ballot. I mean,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah.
And again, it's one thing if you have a big development, like, hundreds and hundreds of units. If you have one property,
Yeah.
you're not going to go to
It was literally a house.
yeah, so one house, like, we're not gonna go through all that just to change the zoning to make it a little bit more convenient.
Yeah.
And so it was just one of those things where it's just one. Did you really think this through? Like, again, it's always that pendulum.
When we were having this listing, I remember talking to one of the city officials, and he said that nobody has ever even tried.
It's a relatively new measure, I would say.
Yeah, wasn't it Measure
Like
In?
2015 or
Measure
2016,
In?
somewhere in there.
Yeah, so nobody's actually tried to change zoning since Measure In because it's just so.
And this includes one of these big. Oh, they gave up.
Yeah,
they
they
were
gave
trying
up.
to actually change the master plan, like, zoning for, and they were going to do hundreds of units. And they said, this is just, I mean, for them, it was just like, okay, we're out. We can't do this.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine only a singular development, like singular property, it's just going to be way too big. I mean, again, I guess they're getting pushback from the state, right? Because the state has this problem with housing, and they're saying,
Really?
guys.
There's a housing
I know, can you believe it? I mean, shocking, really. But yeah, so there's this pushback. And
they are getting pressure from the state because the state wants to try to make it easier to build more properties because obviously we have a supply issue in California.
just a little supply issue. So maybe that might change in the future, but at least right now, been a bit difficult.
Yeah, for sure. So that's it. That's our video.
Now, if you find that really cool property that online that you want to see or want to check out, you got to reach out to us. So either give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.